What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. Today I am back on my main class of Warlock and we have a doozy of a build for you. Like my Hunter video yesterday, this build is perfect for Gambit, but it also does really well in other forms of content and will be even stronger once Bad Juju gets a buff in Witch Queen. And dare I say, it will be even stronger yet when we get our hands on Arc 3.0. This is the Super Spam build, and it centers around two super generating exotics. First, we have the exotic pulse rifle Bad Juju. Recently, Bungie stated that all exotic primary weapons will be getting a 40% damage buff to minor enemies, so red bar enemies. Additionally, in that same TWAB, Bungie stated that pulse rifles would be getting a 10% damage increase to minors as well, so this brings the Bad Juju buff up to 50% against red bar enemies. I did a full video breaking down the damage numbers Bad Juju will do after the update, so feel free to check it out. I won't go super in depth here, as this is more about the build. I will, however, speak about what an amazing weapon Bad Juju is about to become. In case you forgot, this weapon has a perk called String of Curses. Kills refill the magazine, increase damage for a short duration, and grant super energy based on the strength of String of Curses. So String of Curses can go up to ×5 and it lasts for 5 seconds in between kills if you have the Catalyst. And every stack allows it to hit for 20% more damage, so it is doing double its regular damage at max stacks of String of Curses. And it reloads itself, and it fires full auto, so you essentially never have to let your finger off the trigger. It is crazy. So the ad shredding capability of Bad Juju will help us gain super energy quickly. Then when we get that super, we are running a very strong chest piece in the Storm Dancer's Brace. Its exotic perk is Ascending Amplitude. Each target you defeat with Storm Trance increases the damage you deal with it and refunds super energy when Storm Trance ends. So this perk stacks up to 10 and you get 10% more damage for every kill you get. So after 10 kills, this is doing double damage. So the goal with this, especially in Gambit, is to get some red bar kills and then go after a high health target and melt them with the extra damage. And as long as you get at least 8 kills, you'll get half of your super back. Then you can just keep killing ads to get more super energy. But we aren't done there. Not even close. We are running Bottom Tree Stormcaller because of the synergy it provides. So let's go through some of the perks. First up, we have Rising Storm. This electrocuting melee ability recharges your super, grenade, and melee energy. So we get super energy on a powered melee. Next, we have Electrostatic Surge. This allows our rift to charge faster when allies are near. This is important because we want as many rifts as we can get. 1, because they are beneficial to heal us and provide us with Arc Souls, but 2, because we have Bomber on our class item, so it reduces our grenade cooldown. And why do we want lots of grenades? 2 reasons. First is Ashes to Assets on our helmet. You want 2 of these mods as they will stack. This will give us bonus super energy on grenade kills. As well, we have Elemental Ordnance on, so grenade kills will spawn an Elemental Well. We can use this well to proc Font of Wisdom, which will give us a tier 10 super cooldown, so we'll gain super energy more quickly. I like to run 100 recovery and 100 discipline with this build so that I can constantly be throwing grenades, then casting rifts to get my grenade back. I also run storm grenades because of the 3 arc grenades available to Warlock. These have the shortest cooldown. On the gloves, I run Impact Induction, which gives us grenade energy back when we cause damage with our melee. Between this and Bomber and Electrostatic Surge, we can get our grenade back insanely quickly, allowing us to get more grenade kills, allowing us to get more super energy, and the cycle continues. I also run Melee Wellmaker as we are trying to use our melee whenever it is up to proc Electrostatic Surge and get a chunk of super energy. And I also run Radiant Light, usually on my boots so I can apply a cheap arc mod like Invigoration to activate its secondary perk, which gives us plus 20 to our strength stat, reducing our melee cooldown even more. I do have 1 mod slot open, which you could use to run something like High Energy Fire to take advantage of being charged with light from Radiant Light, or Protective Light for survivability. Personally, I don't do this as I have Discipline and Recovery mods on to try to get to tier 10 cooldowns. So you can definitely mix and match with this build a little bit. The crucial elements to me are Font of Wisdom and a way to create wells, Ashes to Assets, Bomber, and Impact Induction. You want to be getting lots of grenade kills and cleaning everything else up with Bad Juju. Or you can use some other weapons, primarily Thresh weapons. Thresh is a perk that allows you to gain a small amount of super energy when you kill an enemy with that weapon. So I run a Thresh shotgun, and you can also use a Thresh heavy if you want. Though for me personally, I like to run an Eager Edge sword as it allows me to get around the Gambit arena that much quicker. The choice is really up to you, but if you want to go full super mode, then Thresh weapons is the way. In the background gameplay, I am showing the loop of abilities of how quickly you can not only get your abilities back, but how short the time in between supers is. you can quite literally spam your super. And this is solo. You can have teammates making orbs, which will get you your super that much quicker. If we have some type of heavy ad clear encounter in the new raid, this build could be exceptionally strong. Not to mention whatever strong new mods the artifact may hold. I have this build saved on my Destiny Item Manager loadouts and will be ready to use it if need be. The only thing hampering this build for next season is the fact that I doubt we will get a Pulse Rifle Champion mod. So any content where champions are present, such as GMs and presumably the raid, this may not be the best. But it is exceptional at what it does, and it is a whole heck of a lot of fun. I have always loved the idea of Stormdancer's Brace, and I think it is an exceptionally underrated exotic. And as I mentioned, this could get even stronger with Arc 3.0. I was messing around with Crown of Tempest when I was doing my mod testing video, and I was amazed at how fast your abilities come back between Conduction Tines and Ionic Traces. So when Arc 3.0 comes out, you may be able to get rid of Landfall and exchange it for the Blink Stormcaller Super, which I personally think is better. As well, we may be able to have a fragment like Transcendence to make the super last longer. You may be able to substitute Arc Souls for Ionic Traces, which would get your ability cooldowns even lower. And then maybe get rid of Electrostatic Surge and sub that in for Arc Webs. Arc Webs make your grenades way better, and if you are chaining enemies, then you'll be getting your grenade energy back from that. So you wouldn't even need to run Bomber on your class item. Instead, you could run an Arc class item and use Outreach for getting your melee back quicker. And then you could equip Radiant Light on your class item instead. And your melee could potentially be the Middle Tree Ball Lightning melee, which I think is better anyways. Are you seeing where I'm going with this? You could potentially infinitely loop your abilities. Run Seeking Wells instead of Melee Wellmaker in high-end content, get wells from grenade kills and grenade energy back from Arc Webs, keep getting grenade kills until you get your super, pop and clear all the ads, get half your super energy back, rinse and repeat. This build is great as is when compared with Bottom Tree Stormcaller. Hell, it is even great on Top Tree Stormcaller. I played one game of Gambit with this build and got 2 supers in a 3.5 minute game. And I even had to hold my super for a bit because the one side was almost fully cleared of enemies when I got my super. So like I said, it is no slouch now, but later in 2022 when we get Arc 3.0, this could be one of the strongest ad clear builds in the entire game. Anyways, that is pretty much gonna do it for the video. It's not the most complicated or in-depth build out there, but they don't have to be complicated to be good. I definitely recommend trying this one if you love spamming abilities. Anyways, if you made it this far, then I thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, then a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated. Take care, Guardians.